What's up, guys? Jeff with Wisconsin RC Construction. So, last time I talked to you guys about the Huina 1573, I believe, the plastic dump truck that I was building. I got it all complete on version 1. I was not happy with version 1. I tore it back down. Wasn't pleased with it whatsoever. Was way too up high, way too tippy. I pulled out all of that stuff. There is no more suspension to this thing. It is axles right onto the frame, bolted up from the bottom. I have a custom drive shaft in there. I pulled out the 2-speed transmission that was causing shaft angles and a whole bunch of problems when I took out the suspension. So let me switch over to this one. All right, so here is the Huina 1573 dump truck that we have. It is all complete. This is version 2.0. Now that looks a lot better. That's what I'd like to say is complete. Let me get a little bit more light on this table. There we go. All right, that's 10 times better. Okay, it is sitting on a full WPL frame. There is a full-on metal frame. I have a 380 gear reduction motor in there with the 2 gears inside here all greased up. I have metal shaft there, and I had to use a plastic shaft up top because I needed a little bit more length out of it than the stock plastic shaft. They are mounted right to this, so there is no suspension. These are the version 1 hard tires, guys. This is what I've been telling you guys about. I only order the WPL hard tires. I don't do anything else. So when I'm ordering these tires, this is the tire. That is the hard tire. There is no flex to these rear tires. They are super stiff. So back to this thing. We have solid mounts on the axles, front and rear. I did have a lot of messing around to get the front steering to actually work right, because the axle is mounted directly to the frame with four bolts that on here. They're 2mm bolts. There's 4 of them holding the axle to the frame rails. I had to order the servo on axle kit and do it that way. That is not even the case either, because I didn't mount the servo onto the axle. I mounted the servo to the top of the frame rail, guys, back underneath here. Okay, so that's screwed in as well with more hardware. Then I have ordered some extra WPL parts to the point where I can actually make my own end links. I ordered a ton of that stuff. I ordered literally a ton of that stuff. I ordered a big bulk order, a few $100s of bits and pieces, parts, suspension hangers. I've used a lot of WPL stuff. I need to make sure I have the parts available when I need it for when I'm doing something like this. A lot more custom parts. He needs a lot more special attention to it. So this truck is fully functional. I do have the front and rear lights hooked up on one of those electronic switches. Same with the rear. I actually took out the stock LED lights. You guys, those are 3-volt LEDs. You will pop them in a heartbeat, just like I did. It's fun. No smoke show, but it was cool. So I do have this all on the FlySky i6 remote. I use these for a lot of the stuff. I do like them. So backwards, forwards, left and right for steering. I need to adjust the endpoints, but that's not too big of a deal. That's kind of typical with these things. The servo will give more throw than what the axles can actually take. So I am still using the stock motor that comes for the dump, so that is the same thing. So on this, I just pull down on the stick, and we get full dump out of this. Now, I did not go and do the high-rise dump kit that is available. This is just your standard stock links for the dump, and I'm good with this. The biggest reason for this upgrade, guys, was when we were actually digging, I go to the local playground, there's a sandbox. That's what I've been digging in a lot lately. Sand. So either it's wet or it's dry. Wet sand is very heavy. Dry sand is heavy, but your vehicles sink. They don't float on top just like wet sand. So that becomes an issue with the Huina where you had those tires and the fronts didn't really want to lift. You also got to remember, guys, in your stock Huinas, there is a massive set of weights in this cab. Now keep in mind, there's 4 of these things. It's about the size of a quarter and about 3.5 inches long. That's the amount of weight is in the front of that Huina. That's what sinks it down. If you guys remove that weight from your stock Huina cab, you actually may be able to float on top a little bit more. I didn't realize there was that much weight in it till I took it apart. Now I know. I'm actually happy I did this upgrade. The 6x6 chassis is obviously going to work a lot nicer than what I had with just the rear wheel drives going. So on here we do still have the front and rear lights going. I put on a beacon on a switch as well, and that can change all your fancy modes. And I can just run through them all. To off. Off is the last mode on that one. Like I said, this is a stock FlySky i6. All your switches need to be in the up position when you start. This is about the only radio that I do use. So that will end the Huina 1573 build video updates. This is now the 3rd video in this set. I'm happy with this. I'm good with it. There is a little bit of more things I'm going to add. The stock boxes and the air tanks that go on the side just to fill some of the gaps on this thing. Oh yeah, I never showed you how to get the battery in. Now that's something kind of cool. So on the 1573, when you guys take out these 2 bottom screws, one here and one here, you can lift your nose right off. Guess what? I got a nice 2000 milliamp, actually stock Magnum or a stock Huina battery in this thing. I do have 2 speed controllers. I do have 2 on-off switches just outside of camera reach, but they are buried up underneath there. I could probably get a bigger battery up in there. I don't think it's necessary. I think 2000 milliamp. I run that on my Western Star, and I get a decent amount of time on my Western Star. Now on my Mack Bruder truck, I run a 3S 4500, and I have yet to burn through a battery in the day, and we were going for about an hour and a half was the longest we dug for. So if that tells you anything, so like I said, 6x6. We have lights. We have the construction beacon, all on to your guys' FlySky i6S remote. Basic 6 channels. I don't even think I used all of that. I think I'm only using 5, guys. Really simple. I'm going to run this out how it is currently. I wanted to get this one complete before Cabin Fever because I'm working on another build truck that I'm taking to Cabin Fever with me in February. The Apprentice truck is getting done. That'll be its whole separate video. Watch for the Apprentice truck. That's coming out. Give you a little teaser for that one. I got 2 cans of that. So, that'll be the Apprentice truck. That'll be a whole nother separate set to talk about. So this is, like I said, going to conclude the Huina 1573 builds. I am done with this truck. It's going to run the way it is. It's the stock plastic one. This isn't the metal Huina. It's good the way it is. I don't really need to do anything more to it. Am I 100% happy? No, I'm like 75% happy. It turned out nice. A lot of headaches and a lot of problem solving had to go in along the way. This isn't a quick and simple upgrade. I've only seen a few of these done. I would like to see more. I would like to see how you guys thought of this. If you guys kept a lot of the stock bottom chassis and the plastics, I did not. I gutted all that out. The only thing that I kept stock is the top bracing on this thing, and that would be the top part of this with that motor in there. That's about the only thing I kept. The ESC is gone. Well, both ESCs and radios are gone. Obviously, I'm on the FlySky 6. So all of that is all gutted out. The boards are all gutted out. I kept the motor, wired a new speed controller to it. Close that all down, and we are done with that. Like I said, she drives. Not 100%, but you know what? It's better. It is 100% better than what I had before. So I will take this as a win. I hope to see you guys building these too. It was a fun little project. Get yourself and pick yourself up one of those WPL 6x6 chassis, guys. They're great to use. I am an affiliate for WPL. I will be posting up the link to this as well. If you guys purchase anything through the WPL site, that do get a little kickback on that one. But Facebook does not pay me. YouTube does not pay me. So like and subscribe to these videos so you can continue to see my videos and get my updates that I give to you guys. So take care and have a good one.